The care reform came and we did not expect it. We believe that having these children to our centers is the best place for them, but having the children back home, it's the best as per the care reform. But we have that fear. We don't know what we are doing. So having this workshop is at least giving us the morale to continue what we are doing. It's taking away the fear.
Having such a workshop is important. My expectation was that would be more enlightened, more equipped with the skills that we need so that we can be able to implement the care reforms according to what the government expects of us.
This workshop is very important because it's shedding more light, because transitioning is a process, it's not an event, and we require a lot of knowledge, we require a lot of experience, we require to exchange ideas in the process, because different CCIs have different approach and different cluster of children that they are holding in these CCIs.
Going through this workshop helps organizations to be able to visualize and to maybe even practice in a simulation what it's like to transition, to really put it all in paper first. And then that way when someone doesn't agree with it, you can go back and change it, right? And so it helps build consensus, it helps everybody to understand what's going to happen, when is it going to happen, and who's responsible for making it happen.
My expectations are very high. First of all, I expected that during the workshop, our CCI partners could get an idea of how transition works and what transition entails, because I think for them, transition has just been a jargon, like a word, which they've been hearing since the introduction of L4C program in Meru County. So I was very much happy that we are going to have this workshop, because they could get insight on what transition is and how it can be done efficiently without harming any child.
We had heard about the care reform, but we were not enlightened back then. Like, for example, when we first came into these meetings, we were kind of confused on how the process was going to happen. But now with the training and the workshop that we have had right now, it's becoming more clearer on the transition process, and I believe it's a process, it's not a one-time thing. So as time progresses, we are getting more enlightenment on the way to go about it.
When an organization finishes their transition plans, they have a clear picture of what the future state looks like. They know what their programs are going to look like. And if you don't have clarity about how we're going to support the children at home and the family strengthening programs that are designed during the transition roadmap, then there's a lot of fear, both for the child and for the staff. That makes it safe, I think, for organizations then to start looking at each individual child and reintegrating those children, because they have answers to key questions like, what are we going to do with the child when they're back at home?
Care reform is a new thing, or is a new concept in Kenya. I think more awareness need to be done to the general community.
It's important to involve all the stakeholders. You have, of course, the children whom we are focusing on. The community has also a part to play. And also we can't ignore their families, where they came from before they now came into our CCIs or our institutions.
We believe that each of these institutions that we're working with, all of these CCIs, they're already in the communities, right? They're already trusted by the community, and they already have relationships. It's a huge resource that WAYSA wants to activate and equip and support those institutions to go out and engage with the community, understand what their challenges are, and really sensitize them to the changing care reforms that are happening in their area.
For the CCI to achieve or to align themselves within the New Child Act and the care reform strategy, there is need for capacity building. And I think with the toolkit that you have given them, or that you have shown them how to use, it's going to be easier for them, in the sense that we are going to assist our CCI partners in implementing or using the toolkit in transition in their institutions.
The toolkit has eased the process, because the methodology that has been used by the trainer, they are broken down into phases. There is the first phase, which is the decision making. Of course, I've taken the decision to transit. Then the methodology on how to plan for the transition, and then how to implement the transition. More so the strategic plan, more so the program design, more so the toolkits. all these tools, I've taken them away to assist and to equip me better to come up with my own tailor-made program to fit into my CCI. We are fully transitioning.
The first step that I'm going to take is that I will go back to my home and try to share with them whatever I have learned. And I believe sharing and having communication and hearing from them as well is going to make us be at par. And the moment we are at par, then we can conduct even more nourishment and more knowledge with each other to make sure that we get to where we need to be.
For Meru to move ahead on care reforms, we must work together as the LIPs.